But we gotta get right into some risky business here, man. You know, some static shock happened last night. The Oakland Raiders. Oh, sorry, the Las Vegas Raiders, because they looked like the Oakland Raiders last night. The way they showed up, scored 0 points last week, and then
Mm.
they must have switched the Madden setting from all Madden to rookie and scored 63 last night on the Chargers. Man, they got bolted up, and then they got bolted out. Some person got static shock right after that game. The Chargers owner came in and said, "I'm cleaning house. I got rid of the GM, the head coach, offensive coordinator still there, but everybody got to go." So what's his name? Chargers coach Brandon Staley gets released after 2.5 seasons. No, he gets fired after 2.5 seasons with the Chargers, and we just got to react to it right quick, man. And Joe, how you feeling about this, man?
It was deservedly so. I was trying to tell guys, in our chats how bad this team was and why. So look, I don't know if y'all know this, right? And I told you this before, but I don't know if y'all know this. Since Herbert's been the starter, he's 30 and 32. 30 and 32. He's averaging 24.4 points per game, right? And that's the lowest, it's the highest points per game by any quarterback with a losing record since 1950. Think about that. The highest points per game quarterback ever averaged since 1950. All right? I think they're ready, Tomo. The Chargers defense has never ranked above 20. 20th in the league in anything on the defensive side of the ball. The Chargers rank like in Staley's 3 seasons as a defense as a head coach, they ranked 29th in defense. 29th. So how in the world, like everything Justin Herbert does, it gets canceled out by the defense. Since Justin Herbert's been in the league, he's leading the NFL in four-quarter comebacks and game-winning drives. Do you know since Brandon said he's been a coach, the Chargers has given up the most four-quarter leads in the NFL? And I look back at his last 3 games, y'all, in each season, right? His last 3 games. You go back to his first year as a head coach, right? Y'all remember what happened in Las Vegas? He lost to Oakland, that controversial timeout call he did, and then they decided to go for it, right? And they did it, and they won the game. Then the next year, they up 27-0. And what they do? Pass. Hey, you should let the play clock go away down to 201 and then hike the ball off. Nah, we're gonna go at 13. When the play clock hit 15, we're gonna hike the ball off. Bro, you up by 20. Slow down. They lose that game. And obviously Justin Herbert had something to do with that too. He could have made more plays. But you the head coach, you gotta do something about that. And this year, he said, I'm gonna take over the defensive duty. That's what he said. I ain't say that. I ain't say that. He came on the podium and said, I'm making the calls. And what you do against a backup QB? Y'all down 42-0. Listen, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't watch the game live, right? I didn't watch the game live. And the Kings were playing OKC. You know, SGA, my man, Swiper. You feel me? They was going at it. All right. And it was halftime. I'm like, they both cooking. Let me go check the stats, right? I go on ESPN.com on the front page. That Jones says 63-14. I'm like, this can't be real. Refresh. Refresh. That Jones says 63-14. I'm like, what is going on? So that's terrible. And I was kind of confused that they fired the GM, but I get it. They probably fired him because you kept Brandon Staley around this long. But you look at that team, that's probably the most attractive job for real. Look at that squad. They are loaded. Imagine Belichick over there and with that defense or on playmakers. Come on now. They'll turn that whole thing around. So it was deservedly so. I think we all on the panel agree that he should have got fired. I mean, he came there to be a defensive guy. You look at the Bills. Josh Allen, offense, your head coach, defense. So it's going to bring a good defense with a good offense. All right. But with the Chargers, it didn't work. So it was a great move.
Now, I found this funny, right? Because the Chargers are what everyone calls the Dallas Cowboys. They've been one of them teams that's like you got all the pieces. You got your quarterback. You should be able to go to the playoffs. You should be able to be in the Super Bowl, right? But no, they can't make it. Some way, somehow, they find a way to get in their way. What can go wrong will go wrong for San Diego Chargers. I'm gonna say San Diego because they're not playing like they in LA. When you go on ESPN and you look up their stadium, they show the Rams. They don't show the Chargers. So again, and one more thing, Joe. They went and got Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator, right? You would think as the offensive coordinator, when the head coach gets fired, you get bumped up. Nah, they went and got the outside linebacker coach, head coach. So still not about to get a chance to be a head coach. And last night he still put up 21 points with that game looking the way it was. That team just looked outright deflated. Like I had cut it on at one point. It was a punt return. I guess it was the third fumble of the game. The kid that returned the ball, he got stripped. It looked like he got robbed on the elevator because he just let the ball go and walked off. Like he didn't even try to tackle the guy or nothing. It was just bad. It's just all out bad. And Staley, man. I don't know what's next for you because to get exited out like that. I mean, the last time I seen a coach get fired after a blowout, I think that was Wade Phillips when the Cowboys played the Packers on a Sunday night, and it was like 44-7. They told him, don't even get on the plane. Don't even get on the plane, man. And because they in Vegas, they probably told him, look, don't get on the plane, but here goes some Uber money. You can get back home however way you want. But yeah, it was time to go. It's time to go. It's too much talent. And the GM had to go too. Again, it's too much talent on that team for us to just keep sitting around accepting this. And I'm done in my soliloquy because I know AJ got something to say about Herbo.
You know what? Today not the day for that. Today not the day for that. I'm gonna let him live. It's no secret how I feel about him. My stance on him has not really changed. Now I'm interested to see how he looks with a new head coach. I do think they'll be better. This is about Staley because that boy, we like Joe said, we all know he should have been gone. We all know he should have been gone. In his time there, never won a division. I think it's 8 fourth quarter leads that's been blown throughout the time he's there. I think they went 24-24 in the time that he was there as well. Go back to that playoff game where they blew that 24-25 point lead. Now some of that is on Herbert. Some of that is on Herbert. We not just go gloss over it like he wasn't the quarterback throwing them passes. But I would be remiss to not say Staley is a large part of that too. Like you did not coach that game well at all towards down the stretch. And last night they quit. Let's just call it spade a spade. They quit on him. They don't want to play for him no more. I don't know what took the Chargers this long. Why did it take you this long? Why did you wait for it to get to this point for you to say, okay, I guess we gotta let him go now? It's almost like they did it reluctantly. Like, dude, he should have been after you blow that playoff game the way they did against the Jaguars, he should have been gone then. You're not coming back. You don't get on the plane, don't get on the bus. You're not, no, he should have been gone then. And surprisingly, they kept him. And so I think it was long overdue. I think they should have been made this move. I think they'll be better off without him. I do want to say this. That head coaching position is one that I think a lot of people are going to want. Like y'all said, y'all know who the Chargers need to call, and I will call immediately. Brian Flores. I will call Brian Flores immediately. We see what he did with the Dolphins. We see what he's doing right now with this Vikings defense.
That's true.
This Vikings defense is playing lights out football, like top 5, top 10 football right now. They just shut out the team that just put up 63 on them boys. Let's just be honest. But that Vikings team, and I know a lot because I'm out here working with them, so I kind of know that Vikings defense last year was like bottom. It was 29, 20, 28th, I think 31st, somewhere like that in the league. They didn't really make many defensive changes at all. They didn't really do anything to address that defense. They dropped Brian Flores in, and these boys balling on that side of the ball. They win it in spite of not having Justin Jefferson, not having Kirk Cousins. They still win the game because that defense is putting in work. And so that's the move I would make. If I was them, I would call up Brian Flores. You get another defensive coach in there that'll shore up that defense, and then trust that Kellen Moore and Herbert can take over the offense. I think you win a lot more games, and that's a head coach I think a lot of people, a lot of players will want to play for as well. Well respected in the league. So, but Staley, yeah, bro, he should have. I mean, we all knew. We all knew he should have been gone already.
Brian Flores won and Justin Herbert over Tua, by the way.
Over Tua, yeah. Yeah, far as Staley, I feel like he should have been. I feel like he should have never actually been hired. He should have. I mean, look where he came from. I think he was at like a place called John Curl, and then he was at JMU, and then he was just with the Bears. Like, he ain't had to do no work really. He ain't have to work his way up the ranks. I think honestly, if you look at him in the press conferences, he just be like, he a good speaker. Like he say the right things when you listening to him, but when he go out there, he talk too much to me about analytics and things of that nature. Like, I mean, come on. But so much analytics gonna do outside of experience. He not in like real time of what the games is. It could be 4th and 5 on their own 25. Well, analytics said that this play works 75% of the time. Didn't he actually do something like that? If they were close to their own whatever, he went for it. Now they end up turning around. The other team got a chance at the field goal or something. So it's just stuff like that. I don't think he's a good coach at all. I feel bad for Anthony Lynn, honestly. I thought he did a decent job there. He had his best season there was, I think, 12-4. They made the playoff and they won a playoff game. I think he actually had two seasons of like 9-7, which not terrible. You can make the playoffs like that, and he had one losing season of 7-9. But to get rid of him and then so 3 winning seasons and 1 losing season, and to get rid, and then it seemed like the team. And he had Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor went down with the puncture. When they punctured his liver or something.
I think it was
And then they inserted Justin Herbert. Now you wouldn't have never found out about Justin Herbert that early, but still he had to pick up with a rookie quarterback. So I feel like Anthony Lynn probably should have still had the job. With now who I think should come in there. It's a lot of little candidates. I think like AJ and Joe and them said, that's a hot team. Like look at the defense side. You got Khalil Mack. You got Derwin James. You got Asante Samuel Jr. Like you got a lot of good people on the defensive side. Then on the offensive side, you got Keenan Allen, one of the best receiver/route runners. Mike Williams when he come back. Then you got the kid Palmer. He coming into his own. They got a decent tight end in Everett. You got Austin Eckler. I don't know how long he's gonna be there. They ready to. It seems like they want to get him out of there, but who knows? So they got a great team. Couple ways you can go. You can go Ben Johnson, which that's who I think is probably definitely gonna get an interview for it, just because you got the quarterback and Herbert. His offense did look. I mean, they slowing down a little bit in Detroit, but you can't act like they ain't been exciting plays. I mean, Jared Goff was in the beginning of the season was looking like a top 3 quarterback. So you got Ben Johnson, and I definitely think he's gonna go for a head coaching job this year just because he stayed. You don't want that's like an NBA draft prospect or something, or any type of prospect. You stay too long, you start to lose value. Yep. So I think he's definitely gonna get a lot of interviews. I would love to see EB get the job, but I doubt. That's the person I think that needs it because I think they need a voice like that. That's what I think they need. I mean, I know, listen, y'all just ain't got the talent. Like, that's just what it is for y'all. So I don't even want to hear it. Y'all just ain't got the talent. Y'all ain't got the people. Look, he was yelling at somebody. And they, oh no, he yelling at me, man. What's this? I'm not used to this. So that's just what it is with them. So I would love to see EB get the job, but I doubt he gets it. And then when AJ said Brian Flores, that'll be a good hire because you got a defensive coach. You got Kellen Moore to still run the offense. So I think you need a balance like that. Because I mean, even if you bring in Ben Johnson, which would be cool, now you gotta go find a defensive guy but I guess you don't have to because Brandon Staley's supposed to have been the defensive guy, and that don't look like no defense to me. Yeah. That's just like the Commanders firing Del Rio. I guarantee you Del Rio was probably laughing like a mug when y'all played the Dolphins. Like, see, y'all firing me, and this the worst y'all ever got beat. He probably was run it up, Miami, run it up.
And Ron a defensive guy, like.
And then Ron Rivera said he gonna switch some things up. And what did he do?
He switched it up, all right.
Sure did. He played one-on-one coverage with Tyreek Hill. Like, that's what you chose to do?
He put a rookie out there.
Yeah, man. So
no, that was St. Jude's.
Yeah, it was St. Jude's.
It was one of those. I don't know. It was one of those plays, Joe. You talking about? Why would he do that? What the?
That was a rookie
on the island.
Oh, that was when he went to the slot. Yeah, that's when he went to the second touchdown.
This firing has been long overdue. It's time to get some new coaches in a couple of these spots. Hopefully, my boy Pierce get the job with the Raiders. You need people like that. As long as the team listening to the coach, then you can do something with it. Look at Mike Tomlin. Man, he has a sorry team for the last couple of years, but they listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And they talking about people talking about taking his head, and he ain't even had a losing season yet. He still got a chance to make the playoffs or not have a losing season. They talking about, you think Mike Tomlin is washed?
Well, he almost pulled a Brandon Staley. Kept Cuz around for the longest. The
Yeah, Matt.
We gonna
but he wouldn't have had to have him if Ben Roethlisberger would have got along with Todd Haley, because the stuff Todd Haley was dialing up was working. He just ain't like him.
You know what's funny?
That's because Ben was old.
And he couldn't throw no more. You know what's funny? He was like, we're gonna switch some stuff up. We all like, oh, he went to fireman Canada. So will you switch up? We had pads at practice. I was like, what? He wore pads. I'm like, come on, man. Like,
but I don't think it was just Matt Canada's fault. Kenny Pickett just ain't that, he ain't that decent of a receiver. And then he's just not that, because they got the receivers. Najee Harris ain't came into his talent yet, but they talented him and Warren. So I think it's Pickett. He's just not that good of a quarterback. Got to know when to move on.
I mean, we gonna see. We gonna see. But I do like the names that y'all threw out there. There's a few other names too, like Steve Wilkes from the 49ers. He may get a phone call, because it seemed like when you're a defensive coordinator for the Niners, you get that phone call. Look at D'Amico Ryans, my man with the Jets. But I would like to see EB out there. You know, somebody need to yell at Kellen Moore when you want to pass the. Never mind. Nope. Because both of them like to pass the ball. They don't even need running backs in LA if both of them go out there. Yeah, right. But hey, Joe, you added this sound for a reason. So hey, Staley.
Yeah.
what?
That was Kellen. But I mean, we gotta move on. You know, we got another game of the year. I would say more so for the chats. I wouldn't say it was for the.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.